Crafting and delivering a winning pitch is a topic that has been widely discussed, but not many people talk about how time-consuming and challenging it can be, especially for budding entrepreneurs. While many people have shared their tips on how to craft and deliver a compelling pitch, few acknowledge the challenges that come with the process. So today we are privileged to have Dr. Glory Enyinnaya with us to discuss how entrepreneurs can use the MTTF framework to develop and pitch their ideas in a simple and yet effective way. We will discuss how to use this framework strategically to write and present a winning pitch that captures the attention of potential customers and investors as well. So it's good to have you join the conversation.
Thank you so much, Aramide. Pleasure to be here.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us today. We're really glad to have you. I think in about 30 seconds, because this is what I do almost all the time. Let's just get a bit of a background to know more about you. Okay, Dr. Glory Enyinnaya, what do you do? Who exactly are you? Talk to us a bit about yourself.
Okay, so I'm a management consultant. I started my career at Accenture, but I'm currently the founder of Kleos Advisory Services. Kleos Advisory Services is a full service management consulting firm that aims to support entrepreneurship on the continent.
So basically, we're talking about how entrepreneurs, can get their pitching right. It's important to get customers. It is also very important to get investors. So now, I think the first point to look at is what exactly is this MTTF? What's the distinction between this framework and other pitching frameworks?
Okay, so the MTTF framework is a pitching framework that emphasizes mission, team, traction, and financials. I developed it in response to industry needs, and it provides concise guidelines for entrepreneurs and startups to effectively communicate their business ideas to potential investors and stakeholders. So, in terms of how it's different from other pitching frameworks, so while the framework emphasizes mission, team, tractions, and financials, other pitching frameworks may prioritize different aspects of business. So here are some distinctions between the MTTF framework and other common pitching frameworks. So, for example, the problem solution product framework emphasizes identifying and defining problem or need in the market, and it focuses on presenting a solution that addresses the identified problem while highlighting the features and benefits of the product or service, now how it fulfills the market need. We also have the Lean Canvas framework, which condenses the business plan into a one-page overview, focusing on key elements such as problem, solution, key metrics, unique value proposition, and channels for reaching customers. The Lean Canvas framework emphasizes a lean and agile approach to business planning and encourages rapid iteration and adaptation. Then, of course, we have the popular business model canvas, which was developed and popularized by Alexander Osterwalder. The business model canvas provides a visual representation of the business model, outlining key elements such as customer segments, value proposition, channels, customer relationships, revenue streams, key activities, key resources, key partnerships, and cost structure. And the business model canvas focuses on illustrating how different aspects of the business interrelate and contribute to the overall business model. And finally, we have the 10-slide pitch deck, which typically includes key slides that cover aspects such as the problem, solution, market opportunity, business model, target market, competition, marketing and sales, team, financials, and funding requirements. And it encourages a concise and clear communication of the business concept and the value proposition within a limited number of slides. So the distinction, in summary, the distinction between various pitching frameworks lies in their focus on different aspects of the business. So while the MTTF framework emphasizes the mission, the team, traction, and financial aspects, other frameworks may prioritize elements such as problem identification, solution presentation, business model representation, or a concise and comprehensive overview of the business plan. So entrepreneurs and startups can choose a framework that best suits their specific needs and preferences of their target audience.
All right, choosing which the one which suits your needs, basically, it's important to also understand the key features, of each framework. But because we're looking at the MTTF, which is mission, team, and traction framework, I think it's important to look at the key features of this particular framework.
So the MTTF framework is a pitching framework that is commonly used by startups, like I said, to structure their business processes, pitches, and it focuses on the four elements of the mission, the team, the traction, and financials. So each of these elements plays a key role in presenting a comprehensive overview of the business to potential investors or stakeholders. So here are the key features of each component within the MTTF framework. So one, we have the mission. On that mission, you need to identify, first of all, what's the opportunity that your business is pursuing, what's the market size, what's the potential growth, and what are the gaps in the market that the business aims to capitalize on. When we talk about your solution, what is the value that you're bringing to the market, and how does it drive the purpose and vision of the business? Then we also talk about your competitive advantage or your brand. So what is unique about your business? How is your business different from competitors, and how does it address the needs of the target audience? So that's for mission. Then you now move to team. So on that team, you talk about your internal team and your external team. The internal team refers to the founders and the key members. So you introduce your core team members and their relevant experience, expertise, and skills. Make sure you highlight any notable achievements or successes that demonstrate the team's capacity to execute the business plan effectively. Then external team includes strategic partners as well. So you clearly define the roles and responsibility of each strategic partner that you have, emphasizing how their collective skills contribute to the overall success of the business. And thirdly, we now talk about traction. This is where the entrepreneur gets to brag, quote unquote, about what he has achieved. So talk about your milestones, any significant achievements or progress that you've made, such as user growth, sales numbers, or product development. Then you also talk about your customer validation. So how have you been able to share customer feedback, testimonials, case studies that show the demand for your service and our products. And then finally, the financials. So in your financial slide, start by talking about your growth plan. What are your strategies for future growth? The marketing initiatives, sales projections, and expansion plans. Then you also talk about your financial projections. You need to present realistic and well-researched financial projections, including revenue forecast, expenses, profit margins, and any potential risks. Then you talk about your ask. So what's your funding requirement? What do you want? How much do you want? And how will the investment be used to drive growth and achieve your business objective? And then you also need to talk about the value. The last two are optional, depending on the target audience you're speaking to. You might want to talk about the valuation of your business. There's so many valuation techniques that you can use to determine the value of your business. And then now talk about the return on investment. So why should the investor invest in your business? You know, what does the person stand to gain at the end of 2, 3, 4 years by investing in your business? So in a nutshell, the MTTF framework helps entrepreneurs and startups structure their pitches in a comprehensive and organized manner, allowing them to effectively communicate their business concept, their team capabilities, market potential, and financial viability to potential investors or stakeholders.
All right, quite a lot that you have really highlighted there. And I love the fact that you were able to, break them one at a time. Let's now look at how this MTTF, that is mission, team, traction, and financials, how the framework can be used to craft a winning pitch, because that's the goal. You want to pitch and you also want to win.
Yes. Okay, so I've seen, I'm going to talk from my experience. I mean, I've been privileged to review pitches in different local and international organizations. So I've reviewed pitches at Yale University in the US, the Lagos Business School Bank of Industry Accelerator. She leads Africa's High Growth Culture Program, African Women Entrepreneurship Cooperative, Keystone Bank, Access Bank, Co-Innovation Center, Flourish Africa, so many. And so from my experience, I've been able to distill different the core elements that entrepreneurs should effectively leverage to create like a compelling and coherent narrative that resonates with the target audience. So to address your question, here's how you can utilize the MTTF framework to create a winning pitch. So first of all, your mission. clearly articulate the mission and vision of your business, emphasizing the problem that you aim to solve and the value that you bring to the market. You can use storytelling techniques to engage your audience and highlight the significance of your mission. I always say, start with the bank. Most people want to start with their name. We don't want to know your name until you give us a reason to know your name. So tell us, give us compelling statistics about why your business is important, why your mission is compelling, and then tell us your name. I know I once heard a pitch from someone that was pitching an autism, an app that matches autism providers to parents of autistic children. And she started by saying, what do these three people have in common? She mentioned, I think, Bill Gates, uh, Albert Einstein, and some other famous historical figures. And she said what they have in common is that all of them have been tested to be on some element of the autism spectrum, and yet they've been able to make significant influence on human history. So that just tells you that there's ability in every disability. And for me, that was compelling. She started with that, and I could see that there's a need to highlight the contributions of people on the autistic spectrum in order to make society better. So you always need to start with your mission first. And then you now move to your team. So having come up with your compelling mission, then you need to tell us, why are you the dream team? Every dream team needs an action person, an idea person, and a people person. So you need to show the expertise, experience, and passion of your team members, highlighting their relevant achievements and contributions to the business. Then third, traction. You need to highlight what are your key milestones, achievements, and customer validation. Have you won any awards? Have you gotten any recognition? Do you have any brand name, any prominent people, prominent clients that will show the demand and validate the viability of the business concept? Then finally, financials. It's important for you to present a clear and realistic financial plan, including your revenue projections, your cost structures, and potential return on investment for stakeholders. So in summary again, to craft a winning pitch using the MTTF framework, it's important to ensure that your presentation is concise, engaging, and well-structured.
Thank you so much. I followed through on, everything you said. And as a matter of fact, when you were giving the idea of somebody who created an app for, children with autism, how they can connect them with their carers or their parents. I mean, the page, it was quite compelling. It was quite motivating. So I want you to also talk about when you want to, target your audience, your target audience. What role does this MTTF framework play? How can entrepreneurs leverage the MTTF framework to understand their target audience better?
Okay, well, so here are some tips. You need to tailor your pitch. So there are different people that could be the target audience for a page, could be investors, could be customers, could be potential partners, could even be key employees. So you need to tailor your pitch to the interests and priorities of your target audience and emphasize how your business aligns with their values and objectives. You also need to use compelling visuals, data, and storytelling techniques to convey your message effectively and leave a strong impression. You need to practice and refine your pitch to ensure a confident and engaging delivery that captures the attention of your audience. And then finally, be prepared to address any potential challenges or objections and demonstrate a comprehensive understanding of your market, competition, and potential risks. So by effectively utilizing the components of this MTTF framework and incorporating these tips, you can create a winning pitch that not just communicates the value of your business, but also resonates with your target audience, whether it's customers, investors, stakeholders, employees, or partners, which compels them to support your venture.
Okay, so moving on from there now, I also want you to talk about, because one might be wondering specifically, do you think this MTTF framework sector is agnostic?
Yes, the MTTF framework is designed to be sector agnostic, meaning can be applied across various industries and sectors. The framework's emphasis on key aspects such as the mission and vision of the business, the strength of the team, the traction achieved, and the financial viability of the venture are fundamental components that apply to any business regardless of their specific industry or sector. So as an entrepreneur, regardless of the industry, you can use the MTTF framework to structure your pitch or your business plan in a comprehensive and cohesive manner, highlighting the unique value proposition of your offering and demonstrating the potential for growth and success. So by addressing these fundamental elements, you can then effectively communicate your value proposition and growth potential to anyone, regardless of any industry or sector that you operate in.
Okay, so overall now, I want you to speak also to, the general benefits of using framework.
Okay, so the benefits of using the MTTF framework, it provides a comprehensive overview. It gives a structured approach, ensures that all aspects of the business are covered, and this presents a holistic picture of your business. The MTTF framework also facilitates better decision making by providing a systematic way to assess and present the strengths and potential risks of the business. This helps investors and stakeholders evaluate how viable your business is, as well as its potential for growth, and it leads to more informed investment or partnership decisions. Finally, the MTTF framework is adaptable to various industries. Like I said earlier, it's sector agnostic and allows entrepreneurs from different industries apply the framework to their business pitches or plans. And this adaptability makes the framework a very versatile tool for entrepreneurs operating in different sectors and markets. So overall, the MTTF framework offers a structured and comprehensive approach for entrepreneurs to effectively communicate their business concepts, team capabilities, market traction, and financial sustainability. And this increases your chances of securing investment, partnership, or support for your venture.
Thank you so much. A very good wrap up you've got there, but I just want to give you about 30 seconds. I don't know if you have final words. Is there any other thing you might want to add to all that you said today?
Well, yes. So should you be curious about how to apply this MTTF framework to your business, you can download a free PDF called the Entrepreneurship Roadmap from my website, www.gloryenyinnaya.com, and that will definitely help you apply a lot of the things that we've learned on today's enterprise chat.
It's good enough that you said it is free, so I believe that everyone should take advantage of that. Thank you so much, Dr. Glory Enyinnaya. It's been an amazing time talking to you and particularly learning from you today. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me. It was a pleasure to share my knowledge.
All right. So this is where we draw the curtains on Enterprise Chats here today. Thank you all for joining. We hope to see you next week. But don't forget you can connect with us on our social media platform on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube at MSME Africa. Until we see you next week, I remain your host, Aranimi. It's goodbye from here.